of people are saying, we know for a fact, we saw what happened today, where a mosque, was bombed again in the northern part of Nigeria. They are saying, is it not hard time Trump, the Israel, the US divide Nigeria, because this continuous killing and bombing will not stop, except the division of Nigeria.
As an expression of a simple truth, Israel is coming back to Africa, and Africa is coming back to Israel. I believe in Africa. I believe in Africa. I believe in its potential, present and future. It is a continent on the rise. Its people are diverse and talented. I've made strengthening our relations one of our top priorities, national and international priorities of the State of Israel. It's the reason I became the first Israeli Prime Minister to visit Africa in decades. Well, one thing I can assure you, it won't be decades until an Israeli leader visits Africa again. It won't be 5 years, it'll be a few months. Africa and Israel share a natural affinity. We have, in many ways, similar histories. Your nations toiled under foreign rule. You experienced horrific wars and slaughters, and you are still fighting to get out of the past into the future valiantly, in efforts that I deeply admire. With determination and conviction, you won your independence. You healed the wounds of the past to chart a future of hope for your people. This is very much our history. Our people, too, were denied independence for far too long. Our people, too, suffered the indignity of bondage, slavery, and dispossession. Our people, too, experienced unimaginable horrors of mass death and genocide. But we never, ever gave in. We fought for our independence and won. We think that Israel now is the best partner that the countries of Africa could have, and it's something that is dear to our hearts. The founder of modern Zionism, the national movement of the Jewish people, was Theodor Herzl, and he said, after I liberate the Jewish people, I will go to Africa to help liberate the black people. We have our African brethren, the Ethiopian Jews, who are in our society, and I personally work every few weeks to help integrate more and more and incorporate them in our society. I believe this. I believe in Africa. I believe in your future, and I believe in our partnership.
From Jerusalem, I send warm greetings to our Christian friends around the world. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. From here, the Holy Land, Israel, the only country in the Middle East where the Christian community is thriving. Israel is the only country in the Middle East where Christians can practice their faith with full rights and in total freedom, where Christian pilgrims are embraced with open arms and are so deeply appreciated, where Christians can celebrate proudly their traditions and openly do so without any fear. In Jerusalem, the city municipality every year officially distributes Christmas trees. It's been doing so for 2 decades. By contrast, a few days ago, in the Palestinian town of Jenin, Palestinians burnt a Christmas tree in the Holy Redeemer Church. That's the difference. Israel stands up for Christians across the region wherever they face widespread intimidation and persecution. While Israel's Christian population is growing, the Christian population in countless areas across the region has been dwindling due to systematic discrimination and oppression. This has happened in Iraq, it's happened in Syria, it's happened in Lebanon, it's happened in Turkey, and it's happening in the Palestinian Authority. The birthplace of Jesus, Bethlehem, used to have 80% Christian population. That's when we were there. When we left and gave it to the Palestinian Authority, it has since dwindled from 80% to 20%. The persecution of Christians or members of any religion cannot and must not be tolerated. And Muslim militant displacement and attacks against Christians in Nigeria, that too must end, and it must end now. I'm sending Israel's Christmas blessings to our Christian friends around the world, and I ask you, know that Israel will always stand with you.
I'm telling you that Fulani, Janjaweeds, the hegemony, have subjected the Christians in Nigeria to incessant killings. And Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, is not happy, trying to, synergize with American Department of War to bring this bloody siege, to an abrupt end.
Okay, but without being said, a lot of people are saying, we know for a fact, we saw what happened today, where, a mosque, was bombed again in the northern part of Nigeria. They are saying, it's hard time Trump, the Israel, the US divide Nigeria, because this continuous killing and bombing will not stop. Happens. Do you agree with that notion?
Thank you so much. That's a good one. I want these guys to lament the more so that Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Canada, could actually do something, take action, hastily. They should hasten up because time is running out. Look at the sponsors in Nigeria, people sponsoring terrorism, ranging from from Sokoto Caliphate to Kanu Emirates. They are playing arithmetic game. That's why the suicide bomber ram into mosque. It will now begin to look as if Christians are dying, Muslims are dying. That is an arithmetic what? Plans. That's it. That's what they are trying to indicate. But it is a lie. On Christmas Day, they do it arithmetically. They do their mathematics too well to convince America to, and it is very, very intentional. The people that died in mosque are just number 5 in number. They did it to convince Americans. No. About 5 were injured.
35 were injured.
35 were injured. No, but that was an mathematics that they did there to convince the Americans, the Israeli, that everybody is dying in Nigeria. But I'm actually tired of blood wasting, by the Islamic radicalists in Nigeria. These Islamist radicals are trying to bring into a speculation or spectacle that not only Christians are dying, but Muslims. You see, the level Nigerian politicians could go to play politics with Nigerian bloods. Nigeria is wasting blood of its citizens because of politics. I'm telling you, that bloody suicider has actually listened to some premeditated mathematics and craft or narratives or script written by these terrorist sponsors in Nigeria. And you can see how the terrorists that blow up the mosque actually played his role well. Yeah, Christians died, Muslims died. That's how we are going to term it. But it is a lie. It was the Christians that were the target. They just did it on Christmas Day to blow up mosques, to spare churches. I'm telling you, wait for some time. So you are going to read news how CAC, how other Pentecostal churches and the Catholic Church, even Anglican Church, are going to be, blown off and blown up. Let me tell you, it is a well premeditated, orchestrated and planned scripts written well by terrorist sponsors in Nigeria, ranging from El Rufai to Gumi, from Gumi to Mudi Cherif, all the local emirs, even the Sultan of Sokoto himself, who is never tired of making fun of Christians in Nigeria. Who the hell is he? He is a traditional Fulani chief. He could not be a head government. But today, government of the day is under he. Let me tell you, this is an impunity, religious bigotry going on in Nigeria. Christians are dying in their large number. And Benjamin Netanyahu, Donald Trump, they are not happy. They are frowning at Christian genocide. And I'm telling you that this Christian season, it remains a day to end up, that is tomorrow being 26th Boxing Day, and you're going to be very careful. I'm just imploring to all my fellow Christian friends all around Nigeria, both Mid-Belt, North, East, Core, North, everywhere, Kaduna, Southern Kaduna, Northern Kaduna, Southeastern Nigeria, Delta State, Edo State, Anambra, Imo State, to be careful because they are all around the corner, all over our forest, looking for who to buy. These dangerous Islamist radicals, they are everywhere in Southwest. After, the yellow tide, we are going to hear messages from them because America is wasting much time right now. Donald Trump administration to hasten up to come with all the military crafts he has to bring down these Islamist extremists. They are everywhere. They are in the Mid-Belt. They are in the Southeast, all over our forest. Yeah, our forests in the Southeastern Nigeria have been infiltrated. They are there now. So what American War Department should do now is to hasten up. A stitch in time has lots and lots of knives to save. I'm telling you, procrastination is the thief of time. They shouldn't be wasting this kind of time because it is getting too late. Benue have lost more Christian souls this Xmas period. And they are balancing it up by blowing up the mosque in Maduguri town. I'm telling you, it is well made, premeditated. I don't know what to understand. Very, very orchestrated with skills and the dexterity. See, let me tell you, it will now look as if Christian dies, Muslim dies. Nigeria is now a terrorist country. That is the most important aspect.
Okay, should Israel be forcing Tinubu to, to make sure that the Sharia law is being collapsed or the Fulani Caliphate is being collapsed in Nigeria? Do you think Israel should be pushing for this?
Israel should work hard to collapse Sharia law in and outside North. Are you listening to me? It shouldn't be within the North alone. Sharia law is getting strength in southwestern Nigeria, where you have these porous Muslims, because they are giving them order right now. The Caliphate of Sokoto, Emirates of Kanu, warning southwestern Nigeria to ignite, to implement, to reenact Sharia law in the southwestern Nigeria. So failure to work hard, I mean, Benjamin Netanyahu, you will see Sharia law proliferating, thriving well in the southwestern Nigeria, where you have gullible Muslims. I am not talking about southeastern Nigeria because it is no-go zone for Islam. Yes, I'm saying it here. He must stop it. Benjamin Netanyahu must stop not sponsoring Sharia law. The whole northern Nigeria are not Muslim states. But Fulani Janjaweeds have succeeded on bringing down the Muslims in Kaduna, Muslims in Sokoto, Muslims in Zamfara, Muslims in Katsina, Muslims in Adamawa, where Sunday Jackson, the lucky guy, actually comes from. Sunday Jackson has actually been bailed, relinquished of that kind of sentence hanging on his neck, the sentence penalty, after defending himself from a terrorist who actually wanted to kill him. Sunday Jackson is from Adamawa. There are many laws, stringent Islamic laws going on in Adamawa state. Because why? All these great, strong, big-time politicians in Adamawa state, the former Gongola state, they are all from Fulani extraction, where Atiku Abubakar comes from. From Adamawa state into Cameroon enclave are the Fulanis, dangerous one, as black as Cameroonians. They are playing politics more than anybody there. If I tell you that Paul Biya has link with the Senate president in Cameroon, Atiku's nephew, imagine Atiku is in Nigeria ruling, his brother is in Cameroon ruling. Fulani has defeated Africa. The Fulani tribe, the strongest politicians we have on the continent of Africa. They have defeated Africa. They are operating in Central African Republic, Eastern Africa, Kenya, Tanzania. Fulanis are there. It is only Angola that said no. Angola sent them packing with their mask and their saxophone. No more Allah Akbar every morning. No more Allah Akbar every early in the morning and 3 p.m. prayer. No. We don't want, they sack all of them. They send the Fulani Janjaweeds packing from Angola and they are not there today. Angola is a Portuguese country, very close down to Southern Africa region. They don't want Islam. And today, Angola is growing the strongest, largest, and biggest economy on the continent of Africa. Give it up to Angola, a country that is devoid of Fulani Janjaweed ideology. See, let me tell you, today, Benjamin Netanyahu has actually made his stance clear that he's not happy with the way the case of Nnamdi Kanu went on. That actually that young man was sent to jail simply because he's from Igbo extraction, where Christianity has taken almost 100% its hold. I don't know what to understand in Nigeria, meaning that the Igbos are largely Christians. That's why the Fulani Janjaweeds are going berserk across southeastern Nigeria, using most of the dangerous Igbo politicians to turn against most of the churches and Christians in the southeast, blowing it up and establishing the police station that is called Tiger Base. Tiger Base is a police station used by Fulani Janjaweeds who employ dangerous Igbo politicians to operate Tiger Base, where they harvest the vital organs of the Igbo youths. They have discovered it. Tiger Base police station is brought down right now, set ablaze. And I'm telling you that is part and parcel of the Trump administration, you know, that is coming to initiate this kind of America Big Brother, you know, policy in Africa. And Trump is making his stance clear in conjunction or corroboratively with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that no more Christian genocide, no more persecution of the Biafran Christians, especially an innocent man, the leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. His freedom is at hand. Benjamin Netanyahu has come, and Nigeria must release Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay, but if when Biafra nations finally come, do you think that the ending or buying of Christians in Nigeria will finally come?
Thank you so much. Biafra is the Prince of Africa, a candlelight on the mountain top that will liberate Africa from the tutelage of Islamism. Listen, Biafran man detests Islam. Killings of Christians in Africa will stop immediately Biafra comes. Persecutions of farmers, mid-belt farmers, mid-belt Christians, Benue, Kogi, Taraba, Plateau State will stop immediately, so abruptly, immediately Biafra comes. Because we are going to give Fulani Janjaweeds, the Islamists, the worst fight of their lives. I mean the Biafrans. Biafrans are largely Christians. They operate, they are faithful to this Abrahamic, you know, kind of Judaism. They are not traditional worshippers, nor idol worshippers. They don't involve in satanic practices. They are the kind of David, Abrahamic, you know, religion faithfuls. They are Judaists in the southeastern Nigeria that gave birth to Pentecostal churches. Pentecostal Christianity is what the modern day Christians are all about. And we are Judaists before the coming of the British man. And the entire southeastern Nigeria are Christians. That's why Benjamin Netanyahu has made it clear that his heart bleeds over sufferings of Christians in southeastern Nigeria. Biafra Christians have been subjected to suffering, serious one, since the end of 1970 till date, just for 55 good years. Are you listening to me? Almost 700 and something months now, Christians are suffering in Igbo Christians are suffering in southeastern Nigeria since after inception of the war of 1967 to 1970. Are you listening to me? So I mean, getting to 800 months, the Igbo Christians were subjected to this kind of inhumanity of man against man just because of religious bigotry. Someone is operating Islam, he wants the whole Igbos to be operating Islam. It is wrong. We the Igbos, we don't operate Islam. We are Christians. We can never be like Muslims. We will never be. We trace ourselves, we come from Middle East Europe, where Israel is situated today. We migrated from Egypt and settled on the lower Niger. And that's where we are today with the God of our forefathers, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We are waxing strong. we are Christians. We will never ever be intimidated into Islam, Islamic practices and worship. No, we are not. We are Christians, and Benjamin Netanyahu, state of Israel, is still happy with us. That's why we are at least colluding with America, with Israel, to bring Fulani Islamic radicalists down to show. See, Nigerians are people that are little bit impatient. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, people that are complaining about Trump promising, Netanyahu promising, Canada promising, and so on and so forth, they should be patient. Why? Look at government of the day. Tinubu administration has been promising. Look at Christmas. Today is Christmas. Are you not? I'm not seeing what is going on. See how vehicles are talking on the road. See how movement are talking all around Ikeja area. Do you know Christmas before people would have crowded everywhere? But I'm telling you that is a very poor Christmas. In celebration, it doesn't look like a festive period. What I'm saying is that Nigerians should be very, very patient. All the promises that Tinubu has given you has failed. Israel has come in full force. The Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, is frowning at Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. Southeastern Nigeria, Southwestern Nigeria, Mid-Beltern Nigeria are Christians, and Fulani Janjaweeds are busy using their terrorists from Sahel country to delete Christians. Bloody deletion. Mine and killing Christians every day. Each and every day that goes and comes, Christians die in Nigeria. What are you saying? Benjamin is not a small boy, nor Israel a small country. America, in conjunction with Israel, has come to conduct very powerful military operation in Nigeria, eliminating all the errant terrorist boys sent by Sokoto Caliphate to defeat Christians. And they are doing their job well because the sponsorship money is coming from Iran. Iran is the one fueling the Christian genocide in Nigeria. And you see how Benjamin Netanyahu is aware of how Igbo Christians were killed and maimed by brutal-led military clique from 2015 till date. The military onslaught on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's compound by brutal-led military clique, Nigerian military clique. It is one of what has actually ignited the wrath, anger of Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel. He is now colluding with America War Department to bring Nigerian terrorists down. Nigeria is now a terrorist country. Signed, consigned, signed it, sealed it up. It is no longer rumor. It is no longer propaganda. Look at Ansaru. Look at Al-Shabaab. Look at Al-Qaeda. ISWAP, Islamic State of West African Province, is a terror group exerted, called out from ISIS, Middle East, Europe. They invaded North because of the terrorist hub at Sokoto Caliphate, headed by Saddam Osoto, who actually allowed the influx of the Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda, ISWAP, Boko Haram into core Northeast, operating freely in disguise. They are called bandits. It is a lie, you. It is no lie. These bandits are terrorists. Nigerian government refused to proscribe them. And this is being part of the government of the day because the sponsors have been named. Nigerian government could not expose or prosecute them in the court of law. Nigerian government is hiding something. Yes, under the carpet. Yes, because Saddam Osoto is there after promising this government not to mention the sponsors of bandits Boko Haram in Nigeria. The government of the day is now conniving with the United States of America to actually bring down the sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria. The sponsors are number one, Gumi plays an important role here. And you know how Modu Cherif started Boko Haram during Jonathan regime. It actually started piling up when Obasanjo was there until Obasanjo stepped down in 2027. Due to the fact that Obasanjo was a military man, Modu Cherif could not actually, send his boys to start operation. But when Obasanjo actually finished administration as an ex-general, Mudi Cherif rolled out his Boko boys. The whole Boko boys started operation. Chibok girls were abducted by Boko Haram. Have you heard it before? They started negotiation with federal government of Nigeria, which actually failed. And within some months, those innocent school girls began to give birth to children. An abomination of the highest order. I'm telling you right now that Israel is not taking it easy with what is happening to Christian southeastern Nigeria, whereby the herdsmen, the Al-Shabaab, ISWAP, and the so-called bandits are trooping, influxing in their large numbers to blow up Catholic Church, Methodist Church, Anglican Church, Pentecostal churches across southwestern Nigeria, southeastern Nigeria are being blown off by extremists that migrated from northeastern Nigeria. They are from Kanuri. They are from Fulani extraction. They don't know any other language but bloody language. Persecute them, buy them, reduce the Christians. Christians are the infidels before the eyes of all these, let me say, Gentiles. Fulani Gentiles over the years have not seen anything good in Christianity. That's why Christianity is no longer thriving in the north. Christianity only thrives in the southeast, southwest, mid-belt in Nigeria. But in the core north, you dare not mention Jesus Christ. If you try it, you will become a headless body, ending up in the body bag.
I believe that Israel still continues with this path of supporting its friends, its allies, its family. And just like we did that in 1967, Israel supports and does what it can. I did hear that Mr. Kanu was in Israel, in Jerusalem, before he was abducted and disappeared from the public's eye. And this is the most important thing that I want Biafrans to take from this discussion, that Israel, we stand with you guys. And although the cause of Biafra is not very familiar with the world and with Israelis, I want to say that, because of my activity, because of what I do, more and more Israelis are hearing about the cause of Biafra each and every day. So yes, we do stand with you. I want you to know that.
Very against the Igbo population. They had massacred them in 1967 in the Biafra War, and still there's persecution till this day. So we knew coming into Nigeria, we're not here to get involved with the politics, but we're here to tell the story of a population that many in the government experience or think of them as their enemies. So we land in Ogizi.
Getting involved in the politics.
Well, we're not here to play politics in Nigeria. We're just here to say that
no agenda.
There's connection. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there are movements trying to separate the southern part of Nigeria, which is Biafra, Igbo land, and to create independent